This is another episode of Standup Comedy, your host and MC, celebrating 40-plus years on the fringe of show business. Stories, interviews, and comedy sets from the famous and not so famous. Here's your host and MC, Scott Edwards.
Hi, and welcome to this week's show. We have another fun-filled podcast called Laughs in the Park 3. And what it is I've taken 3 really good comics that appeared at one of our Laughs in the Park concerts and put them together in this show. Laughs in the Park was a great way to promote our club and get the community involved in stand-up comedy. And what we did is we partnered with the City of Sacramento, the Sacramento Police Department, and most importantly, the Sacramento Bee, the local #1 paper. And we produced this free comedy concert in William Land Park, which is a big park here in Sacramento. And it was a really big success. We invited families, we had clowns and balloons for the kids, but we also brought out some really good and a multitude of entertainers, anywhere from 12 to 15 different comics. Now, I mentioned a variety because we did 3 of these shows. The first one was in 1989, where we held it in the William Land Park Amphitheater. It was this kind of cement theater with cement seating that was used for Shakespeare in the Park and events like that. And we converted that into an afternoon comedy club, and we invited out the public. The first one was amazing. We thought we'd get a few thousand people. It turned out it was well over 5,000. There wasn't room for that, so people were sitting around the duck pond, up in the grassy knoll, anywhere they could to hear the show. So we were lucky enough to get 3 of the acts from that show for this podcast. And I did want to mention that we went on and did another big concert in 1990. We had moved the venue over to a open flat area of the park, and the 1990 show was a huge, incredible success. Something like over 13,000 people came out. And again, we had clowns and balloon animals made for the kids. We had entertainment for children, but it was a comedy show after that. We had comics like Will Durst, Ron Reed, Jay Johnson, Jack Gallagher, Bob Worley, and all kinds of Paul Robbins. Great comics come out and entertain for free. The last show was 1991. We had lost the Sacramento Bee as a sponsor. They were going through some financial rough times. And also, we happened to pick a June date, which was really hot, I think over 100 degrees, and that brought the crowd down. I think the last one we had maybe 7,000 people. And that was a fun series of concerts to present to the community of Sacramento. So I've kind of explained the concept. In today's podcast, I've taken 3 of those acts and put them together to put together, I think, a pretty good show. Coming up later in this show is one of our headliners, Bob Worley, very funny comic out of Los Angeles, California. And then right after our opening act, of course, is the feature or middle act. And on this podcast, that would be Brian Catalina, another comic that did a lot of work in Southern California. A little addendum to his set. My son, Bobby, who was about 6 years old at the time, tells a joke on stage, which is kind of fun to hear. But right now, let's jump into some entertainment and get this show going. Our first act was an opening act. He was a local comic here in Sacramento. He worked for me several times. I don't believe he stayed in the industry very long, but he is pretty funny, and we have him here on the show. So sit back and enjoy the comedy of Roger Scheidemann.
Coming up on the stage from San Francisco, but originally from right here in Sacramento, which is, I think, the important thing. And he was a finalist in the Laughs Unlimited Great Northern California Comedy Competition. Please, a big round of applause, Roger Scheidemann. Right here, Roger Scheidemann.
Scott Edwards, ladies and gentlemen. Working hard for you. How you guys doing? How's it going? Come on, give us some feedback. How you doing today? All right, cool. Good to see you guys. How's it going? How you guys doing today? Sunday afternoon at the park. All right, it's cool. How's it going? How you guys doing? How's it going? What's going on? Come out and hear some comedy. Is that cool or what? Yeah, comedy. How's it going? Yeah, you guys want to have some fun? Get some jokes, some funny stories? All right, cool. How you guys doing? What kind of crowd we got here? What do you guys like? You guys any sports fans? You guys like sports? Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, tennis, track and field. All right, cool. Sports, yeah. It's a sports thing. It's good. Who's your favorite team? Giants, A's, Raiders, Niners, Warriors, Lakers, Sacramento Kings. All right, cool. Favorite team? Yeah, you got a favorite team, don't you? All right. What else you guys like to do? You guys eat food? Breakfast, lunch, dinner, snacks. All right, cool. Food. Yeah, let's hear it for food. What do you say? Food. Couldn't live without food. Could do. All right, cool. That's good. What else you guys do? You guys breathe? Oxygen? Through the capillaries, into the blood, carried by hemoglobin to all the organs. All right, cool. Breathing, yeah. That's good. Just the guys. How you doing today? Guys, men, dudes, XY chromosomes, testicles. How's it going, guys? Yeah, thanks for coming out. All right, cool. Just the ladies. How you doing? Women, ladies, chicks, XX chromosome, mammaries. How's it going? All right, mammaries. Thanks for coming out. Yeah. How's it going? Getting good. Yeah, what's going on? Yeah, I have no material. I just wanted the free shirt. So I got up here. I also have a badge. I can get backstage with my badge. Yeah, it's cool. Backstage, groupies. All right, that's good. How you guys doing today? Sacramento. Yeah, all right. I used to live in Sacramento. Now I live in San Francisco. Woo! All right, cool. Live in the city. Yeah. So what's going on in Sacramento? Is Stan Atkinson still a moron? Or is he smart now? I don't know. These things change. You never know. How about, what color is Betty's hair this week? All right, Sacramento, yeah. Sit anywhere. I've been doing a lot of traveling since I left Sac. I was in Europe. And did you know in Italy there's a restaurant called Two Guys from Rancho Cordova? This is a true story. All right, it's cool. How you guys doing? Next season's looking good for the Kings, isn't it? First pick. Don't they get the first pick? Any sports fans here today? All right, cool. Sports. Baseball, football, basketball, hockey, tennis, track and field. Yeah. First pick. Knowing the Kings will probably trade it for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. Not the smartest management in the NBA. I was reading the paper the other day. You guys read papers? Sacramento Bee, Chronicle, Examiner, USA Today. All right, cool. Papers, yeah. Papers are cool. I was reading in the paper that California's high school students are the stupidest in the country. I said, all right, cool. We're number one. Yeah. Stupidest in the country. That's great, I think. Yeah. I'm not too surprised to learn that, actually. I was one of them once. I remember how stupid we were. Remember at the end of the year when everybody was signing each other's yearbooks? Did you ever notice how many people could not write? To save their lives. They could talk perfectly fine, but when it came time to put word on paper, they'd always sign your yearbook to a good fiend. To a good fiend. We sure had fun raising hell, fourth period, throwing spike wads and shit. Maybe next year we together take class more again next year, maybe. But hey, gotta go now. Take easy, bitch in summer. God luck with chicks. But serious, you cool dude. Best wishes future. All you do, your pal, Ken. Crossed out, Kevin. They couldn't write. Plus what they did write was always really intelligent stuff like, don't ever change. Is that the greatest advice ever or what? People never changing from their high school years. Great idea. Actually, I think I'm going to take them up on it. I have a 10-year reunion coming up this summer. I'm going to go up to all my old friends. Hey, you guys want to go listen to Frampton Comes Alive and drink some bong water? Come on, let's don't ever change. Let's drink beer and drive up on people's front lawns. Come on. It's like burning bags of dog crap on people's porches. Let's go. Let's don't ever change. All right, cool. I guess Dad, Sacramento, yeah, River City, capital city. Bonnie's in the backyard. All right, cool, Sacramento. I love it here in Sacramento. Yeah, great to be here. I played the lotto yesterday. I still haven't heard what numbers hit. So I'm either a millionaire or my rent check's going to bounce. Pretty exciting feeling. I love gambling. Actually, I heard you have the same chance of winning the lotto as you do of getting hit by a car while you're crossing the street. So if you ever get hit by a car when the ambulance shows up, tell the paramedics, get me to a 7-Eleven quick. Go by the hospital later. I feel lucky. Let's go to Reno. Come on, let's go. But if you got the same chance of winning the lotto as you do of getting hit by a car while you're crossing the street, does that mean blind people have the best chance of winning the lotto? Maybe little kids chasing soccer balls out into the street? They'd have a good chance of winning the lotto. Dogs and cats would have an excellent chance. See, the thing is, if a dog ever won $1 million, that's like $7 million for you and me. That's important to remember. I love these people who win the lotto and tell you how it's not going to change their life. They always come, oh, it's not going to change my life. I'm going to go to work on Monday just like always. Down at the egg farm, raking up chicken crap for $3 an hour. I'll be there. I might buy a new dust mask, maybe a new rake. That's about it, though. If I win the lotto, ladies and gentlemen, it will definitely change my life. Within 24 hours, belly dancers will be feeding me grapes. I'll be farting through silk if I win the lotto. You can count on that. All right, cool. I guess you're at party in the park Sunday afternoon, almost Sunday evening. All right, it's cool. Yeah. I just got my signal over there. All right, cool. Signals. You guys like signals? Cool. That's good. Yeah. Any smokers here today? Cigarette smokers, that is. Not that other stuff. You can try that at home, kid. I'm trying to quit smoking, actually. Smoking is too dangerous nowadays. You never know when a non-smoker is going to sneak up behind you and slit your throat. Yeah. But I like non-smokers, don't get me wrong. I like having them over to my house. Because I require people to smoke inside my house. I get kind of a kick out of asking them, would you mind stepping outside while you're not smoking, please? People are trying to smoke in here. What do you think you're doing? All right, it's cool. You guys doing? Having some fun in the park? Yeah. Well, I just turned 28 years old, starting to feel old. It's pretty damn old, isn't it? Yeah, 28. All right, cool. Almost 30. You know you're starting to get old when you start acting like your dad. I've been doing that lately, running around my apartment in my underwear, making sure all the lights are turned off. Very scary. You know what's even scarier, though, is when you start thinking like your dad. Caught myself doing that the other day. I was thinking, you know, Mom is pretty cute. Hey, she is, man. I shouldn't make fun of my parents. I like my dad. He's very old-fashioned. He grew up during the Depression, World War II and everything. He's from the old school. I'm not sure where the old school is, but you have to walk 5 miles barefoot through the snow to get there. The old school. Feedback, all right? Cool. You guys like feedback? Woo! All right. So the A's won today, Giants win. Anybody know? Lakers lost. I think we've covered that. Thank you very much. Lakers won. Where are you? Where have you been? You're looking good today. Poison oak or what? Sitting in the front row of comedy show. Not the smartest thing you can possibly do. All right, how you guys doing? Yeah, I was talking about the A's and the Giants. I love when they read the final scores on the news. You ever notice how the winning team doesn't just defeat the losing team? They do something violent to them. They kill them, they beat them, they slaughter them. Here's a few new ones I think they ought to start using. And now a look at the Major League Baseball. Final scores in Montreal today. The Expos stuck a rusty knife in Cincinnati's kidney, 2-1. Down in San Diego, the Padres bludgeoned the Dodgers to death with a shovel, 6-2. In Boston, the Red Sox kidnapped Milwaukee's youngest daughter and cut off one of her fingers, 5-4. In New York, the Yankees hijacked Cleveland's plane and shot the third base coach in the back of the head execution style, 7-0. And 2 other games still in progress. Down in Anaheim in the 5th inning, the A's are insulating California's attic with asbestos, 2-0. While over at Candlestick in the 7th, the Giants are in the process of forcing Atlanta's pregnant wife to smoke cigarettes, 9-0. That's it for me. I've been Roger Scheidemann. You've been a bunch of people. Thank you very much.
Roger Scheidemann, ladies and gentlemen.
That was Roger Scheidemann, a local comic here from Sacramento that used to open up shows at Laughs Unlimited and was one of the acts at Laughs in the Park. Now, we want to keep this going. Our next entertainer was somebody that was a regular at the club. He was always a feature or middle act, and he was out of Los Angeles, where he was pretty successful at a lot of the clubs around there. It turns out he didn't end up staying in comedy all that long. He ended up becoming an editor and then eventually a producer for a lot of the reality shows that you see today. For example, he worked on Swamp People and Deadliest Catch, amongst others. So back in 1980, 1989. He was a feature act at Laughs Unlimited, and I think you'll enjoy his comedy. And note, right after his set, I bring up my 6-year-old son, Bobby Edwards, who tells a joke in front of over 6,000 people. It was a pretty special moment for me as a dad. All right, here's some great comedy. Ladies and gentlemen, Brian Catalina.
Ladies and gentlemen, our next guy is from Los Angeles, where he's a regular at the LA Improv. This week he's performing in Old Sacramento, and you can see him tonight at the 8:30 show. He's going to be appearing next week at the Riviera in Las Vegas. Please, a nice big round of applause, Brian Catalina.
Thank you very much. That's very nice. Drove up here from Los Angeles this time, up Highway 5. You guys ever make that drive? Yeah, so much to look at, isn't there? I noticed this time they tried to spruce that drive up, though. They got signs up now that tell you what you're driving by. Yeah, it's like plums, peaches, more cow pies. Drive goes pretty good until you get up to that Manteca cattle farm from hell thing. Yeah. That's where we all become contenders for the Guinness Book of World Records. It's like... Evidently, Manteca is an old Indian word for pull my finger. Back's been kind of hurting me. I threw my back out last weekend. I was up on my roof trying to adjust that antenna to get that new Rob Lowe channel. Kind of bothered me the whole way up. Yeah. Got a chance to go to Reno this time while I was here. That was a lot of fun. You guys like Reno here? Notice something very interesting up there on the road to Reno, though. They got signs up there that are just for truck drivers. And the weird thing about it is that they're written in truck driver language. Yeah, it's like, big curve ahead. Better look out. I think it's fine to have signs for truck drivers, but I think that a guy that drives hundreds of thousands of miles a year already has that kind of information. No, I think they should put some information on these signs that these guys just don't seem to have. Like, speed up, pinhead. Get the hell out of my lane. Wash your hair, Bubba. Had a good day today, just kind of relaxed, enjoyed myself. Watched some PBS this afternoon. Any PBS fans here by applause? Got some people down here with glasses on clapping. Oh yes, Brian, we enjoy those programs. Especially the animal mating programs, Brian. We like those. They're wonderful. I like the animal shows because they help us understand how everything came about, and I think that's good. You know, they have those shows on there. The ring-tailed monkey evolved a long tail, enabling him to leap from tree to tree. I think that's nice. I think 5,000 years from now, they're going to have a show on about us. The North American yuppie evolved into a spineless mammal, which allowed him to move easily up and down the corporate ladder. Now the yuppies are mad. Give me the keys to the Volvo. We're out of here. I don't like this shit. Terrible. Can't believe he said that. I saw a good show on PBS today about water birthing. This is where a woman actually gives birth to her baby underwater, and I'm thinking, I don't know if this is such a great idea. What's a kid going to think if he comes out underwater? I mean, he comes out, he looks, thinks, oh, fine, I'm a fish. What the hell is this, Marine World? Jesus, we're living in Vallejo. Oh, well, at least it's not Manteca. Of course, the reason they said they do this is because it's too traumatic for a child to be born the regular way. And if you stop and think about it, I guess that's true. I mean, what does a kid see when he first comes out? Bright lights, a naked woman, spanking. Thinking, my God, Mom's a porno star. My favorite PBS show has got to be that Bob Villa show, This Old House. Yeah? Got home improvement types here, yeah. Bob seems like a nice guy, but I don't ever see him doing any work on this show. He's kind of like the Marlon Perkins of home improvement, isn't he? While Jim struggles to control a huge piece of drywall, I'll help Leo hose down the patio. It's a good show, but it's just not realistic enough for me. I think they should have a realistic home improvement show. I'd like to have that show. I call it This Goddamn House. Yeah, I'd be out there. Hi, I'm Brian Catalina. Welcome to This Goddamn House. Today we're going to be building stuff the way men like to build stuff, using the 3 main tool groups: a hammer, a steak knife, and a 6-pack of beer. You guys are a nice crowd. I'm feeling great. It's nice to be here. I just got married 3 weeks ago for the first time, too, so I'm still kind of flying high off of that. One thing I learned from getting married is you can't tell your divorce buddies that you're going to get married. No, because they always have the same response. It's always... Why don't you go ahead and buy a Hyundai while you're at it, pal? Well, the only thing that didn't go as expected is my wife made me take a class before she would marry me to become a more caring, sensitive man. And each week when my class meets, they make us give the caring, sensitive man Pledge of Allegiance. It goes like this. On my honor, I will provide the contraception. I will assist with the breastfeeding. I will provide sincere input in appliance buying decisions. I will be a gentleman in public, a caveman in the bedroom, and a clinical psychologist every 28 days, so help me God. Yeah. Well, things were different when I was growing up, you know. I think this whole thing is, guys weren't really raised to be caring or sensitive. I mean, my dad's idea of a sensitive man was a guy who stepped out of the shower to pee. So, things were a little different back then. That's all. Class has been good, though. I've learned some valuable stuff in this class. For example, I've learned that from time to time, women may accuse men of not communicating well. I don't know if you guys here in Sacramento ever have that problem, but if you do, I got great news for you. Because a recent study has come out and shown that there are certain things that men are just genetically unable to say. That's right, it's not our fault. It's a disease. Now, I've had a lot of training in this area, and I'm going to demonstrate several of these phrases for you now. But before I do, I want to warn you guys, please, do not attempt this at home tonight. Very difficult thing to do, so please bear with me. Here we go. I was wrong. Commitment. We are lost. That makes you feel sick inside, doesn't it, guys? And another thing I've been doing to get more in touch with what women really want these days is I've been reading Cosmopolitan magazine. How many guys here by applause have been reading Cosmo? All right, like I'm the only weenie here. All right, that's nice. I think the best thing about Cosmo's got to be the little quiz they have in there each month. For those of you who've never seen it, they got this quiz thing in there, you know, and it's designed to help ladies figure out what the hell's wrong with him now. And I clipped out the quiz from last month. I brought it along with me here today, and I thought we'd go ahead and take it. So you get points for each answer. Keep track of your score, and we'll see how you fit in the whole shape of things here. All right, first question now. He's single and owns his own washer and dryer. Score 10 points for yes, 5 points for no. If he answered yes and it's hooked up, add 20 points.
All right. After dating you for 6 months, he A, proposes marriage, score 20 points. B, says he's not ready for marriage, but offers to make a promise. C, owes you $582. All right. When you take him to the opera, he A, watches attentively and enjoys it, score 20 points. B, complains because it won't let him bring an ice chest in. Well, the Opera Society's here today, that's nice. C, stands on his chair with a big lighter over his head yelling, dude. Only 5 points there. Alrighty then, when he has gas, he A, excuses himself and acts embarrassed, score 20 points. B, locks the power windows on the car. Evidently some of you drove in together. All right. C, grabs the matches and performs a scientific experiment. Another 5-pointer for those of you keeping score here. All right, last question now, last chance for points. After making love, he A, stays and cuddles, score 20 points. B, tries to pay and leave. Ooh, only 10 points there. C, unties you and lets you go. You guys have been a lot of fun. Have a good time today. Good night.
Brian Catalina. Ladies and gentlemen, we have a special treat coming up next. The youngest comedian here in Sacramento. Please, a nice big round of applause. Bobby Edwards, right here, Bobby Edwards. Hi, Bobby.
Hi.
Do you have a joke for us today?
Yes.
Right, what's your joke?
What does a duck wear to Laughs Unlimited?
I don't know. What does a duck wear to Laughs Unlimited?
A tuxedo.
That was Brian Catalina, a comic out of Los Angeles, California. He didn't end up staying in comedy all that long, but went on to a very successful career as an editor and producer of reality shows in Los Angeles and is still working today, as far as I know. All right, let's get to our headliner. Now, you've heard him before on the podcast. He is not only one of the oldest and dearest friends I have in the business, but a very funny guy. And he's out of Los Angeles, where he still does some writing for movies and he still does some comedy. But back in the late 80s and 90s, he was one of the regular and most popular headliners at Laughs Unlimited. I know you'll enjoy his set. From Laughs in the Park, 1989, the very funny Bob Worley.
Well, folks, we got more comedy for you. Surprise! Coming your way, a very special treat from Los Angeles, California. Drove all the way up just for this afternoon. One of the top headliners from LA is a regular at the Ice House, and just a few weeks ago, a brand new father. Ladies and gentlemen, Mr. Bob Worley. Right here, Bob Worley.
Thank you very much. Thank you. It looks like Woodstock out here. The acid is no good. Please share your food. We're going to be here even if it starts pouring, so don't worry about it. Santana's next, kids. All right, thanks. So Scott mentioned I just had a baby. Did he say? Well, no, I didn't have a baby. Of course not. I mean, well, that would hurt if I did, though, huh? Well, a little whole big giant pad just wow! I had to have that thing lanced or something. Anyways, I know my wife had it. She had it. You guys should have seen her. As a matter of fact, if I'd known you, I would have invited you over to take a look at her. She was pretty big. She was really sticking out there, boy. She was, what was really fun is I could actually get her to lie down on her belly and just get her spinning around in circles, man. That was just flying around in circles, boy. Kids were coming over getting rides on it. I was making some money. It was a lot of fun. We had a boy. We had I guess a big boy, 10 pounds, 11 ounces. Is that pretty big? Ooh. All the women are going, ooh, the guy's going, so. You know, it was really weird. It was just one big giant head, though. Big giant head and a little stick body like that. It was real weird looking. No, you set it down, it just flips right over. Those two little legs kicking up in the air. I don't know how to change diapers on a thing like that, so it's kind of weird. But I was pretty excited, though. I got to go into the, Jerry was talking about this, that Le Mans thing. No, Le Mans, that race. Matter of fact, I just barely got back. You know, this is kind of neat, though. I don't want Jerry to do this because I'm brave, and he's not. I got to cut the cord. Anybody ever do that? Cut the cord? Well, actually, I didn't cut it. I just kind of chewed it off. Just like, you're free, get out of here. Little kid flapping around on his back. What the hell was that all about? No, I didn't do that. I got that mask on. You can't chew through that. You know what I did do is I bought these big giant scissors that said grand opening on it. That was kind of fun. You know, we got tons of pictures. I'll show you in the back there if you want to see them. It's a lot of fun. No, I didn't do that either. I'll tell you what I did do, though, and this is the truth. Look, I'm telling the truth. This is how I look here. This is the truth. Instead of cutting the cord way down here like they normally do, I cut it way out here, man. No, instead of having an innie, it's like a really big outie, you know? It's going to look sharp at the beach. Little Speedos on, that little cord just flapping around in the wind out there. I could wrap it around, use it for a belt or something. That's going to be pretty sharp. Get one of those big cowboy buckles for it. That's going to be the look of the 90s. You just wait and see. How many people remember birth? Anybody remember coming out? Some of these kids, because it wasn't that far long ago. But I know it's something you want to forget. It's a nightmare, isn't it? I mean, think about it. You're in that womb. You're pretty comfortable. Everything's just provided. You're eating everything out of that tube. And out of nowhere, something starts pushing you out. It's just shoving you out, right? I mean, then you come up to what? Is that about 10 centimeters? Right? You come up to that, it's like, no way, man. There's just no way. There's got to be another exit out of here, right? And the next thing you know, it's like, oh, man. Jeez, God. You know, I know you pop out in a bright room, people with masks on. I thought they were going to rob me. I didn't know what was going on. I mean, where are you going to keep a wallet? Think about that for a minute or two. Go ahead, just think about it. So my wife is breastfeeding right now. Well, I mean, I don't know right now. We could call her and find out. I really don't know yet. That's kind of fun. Well, I mean, like I'm seeing in action. It's not, I mean, I don't mean it that way, but you guys should see this kid too. This kid can suck, man. He's got suction action. He looks just like this. I'll walk around in the back later after the show and show you guys, just like this. You know what's really scary is the other day I was holding him. I didn't have a shirt on. He just latched right onto me, scared to hell. I'm like running around the house. Get him off me! Get him off! You know, I finally had to use a cigarette just to burn him off me. Just, oh, man! Oh, man, I got a big red mark right there, man. They're bloodsuckers. No, I went swimming back east once. I got out of this lake. They were like babies, sucking all over me, man. I had them all over my body. Oh, it scared the hell out of me. Oh, anyways, enough of that junk. I'm tired of talking about it. You know, this is kind of weird, and I'm sure a lot of us went through this. When you were small kids, remember those long driving summer vacations with your folks? You know, when they cram you in the backseat of the car, like they take off of the Grand Canyon, and when you're a little kid, like 7 or 8, you're bored out of your mind. You're just sitting there going, oh, yeah, this is fun. Oh, yeah. You know, every time you try to sit up and see something, like, sit down! This is great, yeah. Oh, no, turn off country music. I just love country music, yeah. You know what I used to do to keep myself amused? Of course not. You don't know me, I'll tell you. I used to sit right behind my dad, right out of arm's reach, and just do this the whole time. Just, you know, just so you could hear that head hit that horn, you know, just go. We're tapping out Beatles songs. It was a blast, boy. And that's the fun part, is to watch your dad do that slow burn until they finally explode. And you can tell it's coming because they start getting that little head twitch, glancing over their shoulders, that little... You kids, settle down back there! You're cruising for a bruising! If I have to come back there, I won't hesitate, and I mean it. That's it, honey, take the wheel, I'm going back! He's in a backseat with his belt off in his mouth like a pirate, just... Ah! Pirates do that, too. No, I mean, they don't stick a big belt in their mouth, but big giant pirate belt in their mouth just flapping there. You ever see old pirate movies, like an old Tyrone Power movie? You ever see this? You ever see them stick like a big saber in their mouth? They take like a big knife, stick it in their mouth, and then try to board a ship. Aren't these guys afraid somebody might bump them? It's like, let's go, Blackbeard. Oh, very sorry. Very sorry. Oh, don't even worry about it. Fine. Every time the guy talks, looks like a big Pez dispenser, just wham! And there's candy flying right out that thing. All right, sorry, that's a little far-fetched. Sorry. You know, this is weird, too, on those long driving trips. This never made sense to me, but to keep the kids, us guys in the backseat calm down, he'd always give us something to drink. Like about 8 or 9 Coca-Colas. Yeah, that's what you want to calm down a kid. Right here, sit down, have another Coke. Plenty of sugar and caffeine. There we go. Now you're in the backseat like a bug or something, right? Just... We're just smacking up against that windshield. Just... Somebody crack that window. Get rid of that thing. Just... You know, that's how we lost my little brother. He just flew out. We never saw him again. Just smacked right on the Peterbilt. It was horrible. No, the guy has had wipers going, trying to get him off, smeared him all over the place. It was a mess. He's fine now. A little slow, but he's fine. Works for the Goodwill. He's a good kid. Hey, now, did you guys ever do this to your parents when you were small kids? You ever beg for a special... Like, say you're going through a market or a shopping store, and you pass the toy department, and you just beg for the special toy you gotta have. So your parents buy it for you, and right when you get it home, it's like, this is a piece of shit. No, look, it's broken already. What you giving this thing for? Oh, and like I remember one year, I begged to have walkie-talkies. Remember these walkie-talkies? Now, isn't it true when you first get them, you're all excited? It's like, boy, these babies are great. So you call a friend over, your brother or something. It's like, okay, now you take this one and go way down the block. No, further. Keep going. Okay, I'm going to try it out now. Can you hear me? Move up a little bit closer. Can you hear me now? Closer, you moron. You're like, what, 2 feet away from each other? Can you hear me now? Yeah, well, quit spitting all over me, man. Jesus. Back up a couple of feet. I always thought that would make a great toy for like an only child. Yeah, thanks a lot. I'll be in the bedroom playing with them. Thanks. He's got one sitting next to his hamster. Hello, Sparky. Can you hear me, buddy? Come on, Sparky. Later on, he grows up, becomes a schizoid. Hello, Bobby. Can you hear me? I sure can. Sounds great. Hey, it sounds like you're right next to me. Hey, now I bet you that explains what happened to that Energizer guy. Is that guy still on TV? That Jocko guy? Oi. Yeah, man. How would you like to carpool with him every day? Every morning, just, I'll drive ya! All right, no more coffee for this guy. He's had about enough. Just get him out of here. Hey, now here's something I bet you folks didn't know, or maybe you probably do know. Did you know that this guy, Jocko, is only 24 years old? 24 years old. You know why he looks so trash? From testing all those batteries. Just, Oi! Big car batteries, too. Just, Oi! All right, I'm making that up, but it looks like it could happen. You ever do that when you're a little kid, touch your tongue to batteries like that, get that little charge? You force your little brother to do it, just, big car batteries, come on, touch it. You got jumper cables, stick your tongue out, wham, boy, that was fun. What a blast, nice kid, he's a little slow, but we had a good time, boy. What else did I get? Oh, remember Slinkies? You guys get Slinkies? Oh, yeah, those are minutes up on, aren't they? Oh, shit. What kind of a toy is that? Here, son, play with this bed spring. What the hell is this? It's Slinky. Shit. You know what's even worse? Is if your house doesn't have any steps. Right? You're like sitting out on the curb going, it's Slinky. You just end up doing what I did. Just straighten it out. There we go. Just swinging across the street and wait for a motorcycle to go by. It's Slinky. Oh, man, what a blast. That's how I got my Yamaha. No, it's skinned up, but it runs all right. Got a Kickstarter, but, What else? Oh. Now, remember those toys, especially summertime? Remember those toys by Whammo? You guys ever get those Whammo water wiggles? You guys know what I'm talking about? Where you plug it into the water hose, you turn it on, and it smacks you around? Yeah. Now, what's the idea of that? What is that, so your parents can have you beat without them being around? Well, it's like, you grab hold of it, Bobby. We'll turn on the water. Okay, Mom, go ahead. I'm all ready. It's like wrap it on your throat. Oh, man, you're hanging from a tree like a big piñata. Just get me out of here. Friends are beating you with sticks trying to get candy out of it. It's a nightmare. Oh, what about a slip and slide? Remember slip and slides? Yeah. Yeah, now those are great. Unless your yard's made out of gravel. The next day, you're just one big giant scab. Just, oh, man. They just brush them and cure comb on, just slapping it on, big rollers, just rolling it right up there. Boy, that hurts. Or you forget to put the water in, you go diving on a thing, just, oh, yeah. Oh, that's great, I'm going to do that tomorrow. Now, here's a toy I got once, and I was very disappointed. I got an ant farm. What's an ant? I mean, first of all, it's not even a farm, folks. They don't grow anything in there. Now, I'll tell you what ant farms are good for. They make a great Etch-a-Sketch. It's like, well, that's an interesting design. Well, let's see another one. Come on. Let's try and spell my name this time, fellas. B. Oh, that's capital B. You're a little kid with an ant farm. You're like a little miniature god, right? Because their life is in your hand. It's like, oh, no, look out. Here comes an earthquake. Big glass of water. It's a flood. What a blast. All right, then I'll do this one last toy, then we'll get out of here and get these other guys up here. I'll tell you what I did. Now, this to me, in my opinion, and it's my opinion, it's a very small opinion, by the way, is the biggest piece of crap of a toy they ever invented. An electric football game. You guys know what I'm talking about? Now, not these little computer kind, but the old metal kind of vibrated, right? Okay, now guys, think back. Remember the first day, would you spend hours setting up plays because you actually thought they were going to go where you told them? I mean, you're like Vince Lombardi out there. Okay, now he'll block this guy. A little button hook, screen pass, let it go right on in. Nobody's going to touch it. Ready? Turn it on. It's like, what the hell's that, man? What is this, a square dance down here? Get over here. Those guys are dosey-dosing, scrolling around and stuff. Man, I hated that. You know what's weird is my sister loved it. She'd be in the bedroom for hours. I don't know what the heck was going on. Anyways, thanks a lot, folks. Enjoy the rest of the day. Thanks.
Bob Worley, ladies and gentlemen.
That was my very good friend Bob Worley, a very funny guy out of Los Angeles, California. He was one of our top headliners back in the late 80s, early 90s, and we still get a chance to visit with him from time to time in L.A. A great, great guy. Hey, I know you enjoyed that comedy set along with Brian Catalina and Roger Scheidemann, and thanks for joining us for this week's show, the podcast Laughs in the Park 3. Be sure to tune in next week when we'll release another special podcast. Bye.
We hope you enjoyed this episode of Stand-Up Comedy, Your Host and MC. For information on the show, merchandise, and our sponsors, or to send comments to Scott, visit our website at www.standupyourhostandmc.com. Look for more episodes soon and enjoy the world of stand-up comedy. Visit a comedy showroom near you.